in my life. I am live. I see myself. Yay! Hello, YouTube family, friends, everybody. It is Monday. Woo woo. Move your ass Monday. I had the most fabulous weekend. Some much needed time away. And my cup is filled again. I am doing a little more relaxed type of motivational Monday because, for a few reasons, I want to catch up with some of you guys. But also, I think it's important to sort of take some time to, woosah, woosah. And the past few motivational Mondays, I've been a little amped up. And so I figured we'd just sort of relax a little bit this Monday. Let me make sure my chat is up here correct. I see some people who went live. All right, let's see. Anyways, hello, Nathan. I see that you said that you popped in earlier, been sick. I am sorry that you're feeling sick. I hope that you feel better soon. Anna Mora, love you, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in. Star City Picker. Hi, Rick. How was your weekend, sir? There's Land Shark Picker. Craig, what's up, my man? Craig, I appreciate you, friend. Football Manager has popped in. Good evening from the UK. Welcome into my chat, Football Manager. It is noon here. It is not evening quite yet. It is middle of the day. And what a beautiful day it is. Most of you that follow me should know from my postings on social media that I went out of town for a couple days, which is very rare for me to do not only without my man, but without my children. And it was a needed break. It was good to get away and kind of recollect my thoughts and go to a place up in the mountains. I love the mountains. It's on my goal list of a place to live again. I used to live in the mountains and I loved it. Well, I can't say that I loved it as a kid. I always wanted to get out of the mountains, and go see all my friends. And I thought it was annoying as a teenager to have to drive a half an hour, to an hour anywhere you went. But as I got a little older, I realized how blessed I honestly was to have lived up there. And I wish that I could rewind time and go back and sort of appreciate it more. But it is a goal of mine to eventually live up there again someday. I see you, Craig. You're naughty boy. You crack me up, sir. NASCAR man. What's up, Derek? I would like to, by the way, Derek, figure out a time this week that we can hang out because you are good stuff, sir. Rebecca says, hello, listening while you drive. Yeah, I know that you said that you were outsourcing or going to source, right? I've been a little off today just because I think I'm still in relax mode, Oh my God. Last night, came home and go figure that my eBay stores were gonna. So last week they were slow, super slow, which I thought was a little strange. And then over the weekend, of course, I get out of town a couple hours away, and what happens to my eBay store? That thing blows up. I was laughing so hard about it to my friend that I went, up to the mountains with. I was like, I prepared for this, and I thought that by taking all the promoted listings down and by not running any sales, that it was going to be slow. Yet no, I took all that stuff away, and my store was so busy. So many questions people were asking, and of course, I did bring my laptop, so I took the time to respond to that and take care of a few of those things. But I did take a lot of time to sort of get off the tube. The only time that I jumped on even a live over the weekend was to see my reseller YouTube hero / idol, Thrifty Dad. And he had some special guests on his show, which would be Hickory Springs Valerie and Beth, 10 of Hearts. And I could not miss it because my friend Beth traveled like 11 or 12 hours to go meet up with Hickory Springs, where she lives. And number one, I was really proud of her for doing that. I wish that I was there with them hanging out. I'm sure that they are just having the greatest time together. I love those ladies so much, and I'm so blessed to have both of them in my life. So I had to make sure to watch Saturday when I saw that all three of them were going to be in a live together. So I did watch that up in the mountains, relaxing. Oh, it was so nice. How was everybody else this weekend? Adam, hey, what's up, dude? I can't believe that you are not blue in here. There is something wrong with the world, people. Adam is one of the greatest mods ever. And he certainly needs to be blue in here. I thought that I had tried to set up Nightbot, but apparently I didn't set that up very well. I wanted to test that out during this live, and I don't see it. Must have not done something right, which is fine. Nicole, Crystal, hi Crystal. Thank you for coming by, and thank you for all the nice things that you said, even during your live. After you guys are done watching me, if you have not checked out Crystal, she just did a live. Please do. That would be Rosie's Closet. Super good friend of mine, amazing person. She is far more organized than I am, people. I'm a little more all over the place, and she's got a little more structure in her life, and I need to definitely learn from that. Adam says, going to miss Beth this year at eBay Open. Beth is so amazing. She fills my heart. And I talk about her. I was trying to think, I'm going to have to go through and see if there's even a live or a video that there might be a video, but if there's a live where I have not mentioned her. Like, pretty sure I've mentioned that woman at every single live I've ever done. I just appreciate her, and we hang out. We do Google Hangouts, not live, on Tuesdays. I'm missing her hardcore because I didn't do a live with her or a Google Hangout last week, and I know that she was busy and I was busy. We were both trying to prepare for our trip, so I'm missing me some Beth. Derek, I think you need to be blue too here, sir. Don't get too crazy with that wrench now, okay? Derek would be NASCAR man 3345. I missed the NASCAR race over the weekend. Oh, thank you for dropping that, Adam. Yeah, Crystal is such a good person. She is. I like you, Crystal. I like you. What was everybody up to over the weekend? Did you guys go sourcing? Did you find some goodies? Did you maybe take some time with your family? Did you go to the movies? Did you watch NASCAR races? Oh, Nicole says, such pretty curls. Yeah, I sort of curled part of my hair, then left the rest of it natural. It was being difficult today. And I don't normally need to use a curler even on my hair, but I let my friend, the friend that I went on the trip with, borrow this really cool curler I have. And I don't have it here. Where did I just put it? It takes like 2 seconds. So I had been almost a year without it, and I thought I would test it out today. I appreciate the kind words. NASCAR or Derek, are you going to eBay Open? I'm on the fence about it. And here's why. Hear me out. I absolutely positively want to go. But July is usually a time where I like to make family plans. And last year, July was when I went to Oregon to go see my extended family, my grandma and my great grandma, and all of them. Most of my family now lives in Oregon. Besides, I have some siblings, a few siblings here, and then my mom and my stepdad are sort of snowbirds, so they only live here when it's not freezing. And then they live in Arizona the other time. But besides that, everybody else lives up in Oregon. And my great grandma is 101. She just turned 101 last December, and so I would really honestly like to go and visit her again during July. I love to go get out of Colorado during July, or at least go higher up somewhere because of how hot it gets here. And so I'm hoping that we do that. And although I would love to see everybody at eBay Open, my grandma is 101, y'all. 101. And I hope that she is here for many more years. But reality is you only live so much longer past that. So I want to make sure to spend as much time as humanly possible with her, because there's always going to be plenty of more eBay Opens, but there's not going to be plenty of more time with my grandma, my great grandma. And it's really neat that there's even, that my kids can go see their great great grandma. We call her Triple G, and she's a little feisty 4'9" lady she lives on her own, and that's amazing. I hope that I live to 100 and well, even 100. That would be pretty impressive, I think. I see Chrissy is here, flipping sister. Hello, Chrissy. I have missed you and Dee so much. I know it's probably silly, but um I've missed watching you guys, and I missed Friday, I think it was, or part of it. I know I've just been really kind of busy. Did she not I'm not sure if she even did her live today, but I just got back in town. But I have missed you ladies so much. So if you see Dee or talk to Dee, Chrissy, let her know that I miss her face. Dee is her channel is called Flipping Particles, and that's usually where I'm at Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock my time, which would be 11 Central. If you want to know where I am, it's usually watching Dee Flipping Particles. Oh, she was hit by a car? Is she okay? My heart just dropped. Is she okay? Please tell me she's okay, or I'm going to just bawl right now during this live. And hello, Mary Beth. Mary Deathy Deals. Welcome, friend. Amelia. They just released her from the hospital. Okay. Well, if she got released, then, she's alive. Oh, that's so scary. Everybody, please send up some good vibes and prayers for Dee. She is an amazing person. My heart is like beating so much faster. I love her. I hope that she's all right. Give her my regards and tell her that I love she. I'm glad that she will be, I'm hoping that she'll be okay. Yes, please, everybody, please send good vibes and prayers for Dee, because she's a really good person. And I want her to be okay. Dee, I love you, Dee. I hope that you're doing all right. That you heal quickly. How scary. Poor Dee. She's such a little rock star, man. She's awesome. I appreciate her. She makes like my day every Monday through Friday. Seriously. I don't just go and watch people for shiz and giggles. I watch people because I like to watch people. And so I hope that she is all right. Hello, Tanya. What's up, girl? Thank you for coming by. That's crazy. I'm a little thrown off by that. I'm doing a little more of a relaxed move as Monday. Of course, everybody knows that, I'm all about motivation and, getting some shiz done. But I also sort of learned over the weekend that sometimes I've been pushing myself so hard that my brain just kind of went, and I was all over the place. And I don't normally function off of such sort of chaos. I like to say that it's organized chaos, but I try really hard to, be a part of all the chats, especially of the people that I care a lot about. I'm learning that YouTube, there's a lot of pros and cons to it. I'm learning one thing that I was even talking about on our show last night, the Sunday show. If you guys haven't checked that out, you should. It rotates every single week. This next coming week, it's going to be on Tommy the Bargain Effects channel. And normally Tommy and his wife would be here, but they are out and about today, which is fine. I want anybody and everybody to know that you never feel obligated to be here or think that I'm ever going to be mad if you're not. I understand that people have lives, and there's also the replay button. Somehow I'm not sub to you. Oh, sure, Adam. No. I think that YouTube is drunk sometimes for real. For example, on Friday, I think it was Friday, my numbers started to really climb in my YouTube subscribers, which I thought was really awesome. And then over the weekend, it was like nothing. There was just, I'm pretty sure when I checked in, it said -2 subscribers, like -2, which is no big deal. A lot of my reason behind even YouTubing is just to kind of video journal life. And hopefully if I inspire somebody along the way, then right on. But then this morning, it jumps up a ton. I do like to try to network and, be kind and hop into chats whenever I can. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. But I sometimes think that YouTube's drunk, seriously. Like 1 minute it's down and the next I'm up like 30. Yesterday I was down 2 and now I'm up 20 something. I'm also learning that about YouTube. It's so cool that I've been able to connect with people from all walks of life and people from all around the world. Being a reseller is kind of lonely sometimes. People don't quite understand, or outsiders, I guess, don't quite understand. You tell them, they're like, "What do you do for a living?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm a reseller. I sell on, I have a couple eBay stores and I sell on Amazon and I do local sales." And they just kind of look at me. Most of them, not. I would say they almost think that it's kind of a joke. Like, oh well, if you don't have a normal 9-to-5 job, then that's not a job. Well, it pays my bills, so, and I have a little bit of freedom to it, which is awesome. I'm my own boss, which is one of the greatest things, and so it's neat to be able to connect with others who are in, a situation like me. I noticed that a lot of resellers, it's not all of them, but there's a rhyme and a reason why we sort of fell into this or chose to go down this path. For me, it was, I have heart problems. I live life with a pacemaker, and I've experienced that there's some jobs that don't like that, to know that I have to be careful about this, that I can't be around this machine. I can't do this, and it's just kind of a hit or miss on what kind of day I'm having. And, also the fact that every couple of years I have to take a couple months off because, I have to get another surgery. So I've had 7 surgeries in total, 5 of them being heart related. And, I've dabbled in reselling for quite a long time. It wasn't until just a couple years ago that I could say that I went full time. And I don't even like to even use that now, because I don't want to resell for 40 hours a week. I mean, honest truth, I don't. I want to be able to pay for what is needed, in life, and make sure we got a roof over our head and, the kids are fed and all those things. But also enjoy life. I got into this business and got out of the management business because I was working as a manager, 60 to 80 hours a week. And I missed out on so much of my daughter's first few years. And that sort of broke my heart. Um, and I know that people got to do, what you have to do. There's also times where I've overlapped jobs, and I had multiple jobs just to be able to pay the bills, and not that there's anything wrong with that, but my number one job for me is to be a mom. Like, um, and I also know that with being that they need clothes on their backs and a roof over their head and all of that. But um, I want my children to remember, that mom was there. Both my parents were very hardworking, and I appreciate them very much. Um, my mom had to have a couple jobs to be able to pay the bills back then, and that was hard. She is a reseller now, and she's one of my biggest role models and inspirations, and one of the ones who sort of pushed me, to be like, you can do this, you can live a life and pay your bills and do all these things from being a reseller. And so I'm very appreciative of my mom. But um on our show last night, the Sunday show, which was on Pat D's 72 on his channel, the topic was goals. And after kind of having a weekend away, I really thought about how much I loved being able to do that, being able to take a weekend and go up in the mountains. And it got me thinking about, one, how much I'm loving the YouTube adventure and making all these videos. I just think it's the greatest thing. I love all the comments, and I just have such a hoot doing it. Um, Editing is sort of a pain in the behind, but it's fun though to see your work done, and to watch it. Um, but going out of town this weekend and then talking about goals yesterday got me to really think about the fact that, I preach to everybody, you don't have 1,000 years to live, use your time wisely. And I do that. I am sometimes overly busy. And after being out of town this weekend, I thought about, what was my first reasoning behind getting into reselling, besides the fact that I needed sort of the freedom to go to appointments. For example, there was one month a couple of years ago where I had literally 37 appointments in one month, from, for this to this, from heart. I talk a lot about my heart problems, but I also, have fibromyalgia. My my rheumatoid arthritis isn't really that bad anymore. I deal with depression, anxiety, and I could go through this whole woe is me laundry list, feel sorry for me, but I'm not going to do that. I think we all have our issues and our problems, and deal with things differently. I just like to sort of keep this type of vibe in my channel on a more positive note, but I'm all rambling now. My whole thing about going out of town is I need to basically, for a minute there, for my stores, I was thinking, oh, I need to get into this amount of quantity for each, from the to eBay to the Amazon. And then I thought to myself, that's kind of silly because that's adding more work to myself. What I need to do is to up the dollar amount and lessen the amount of items. Because for me, that may be a goal for a lot of people to have, 1,000 listings, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 listings in eBay. And if that's your goal, I give you props. Like, that is amazing. Bust it out. Do what you got to do. But for me, my reality is in two years, 2 to 4 years, I have to have another heart surgery. And I have been given the gift multiple times to even, I should not be here. I should not be alive with some of the things that have gone on with my heart. And it gets me thinking about, you know, um, sort of just being grateful to be alive and living that, because we don't ever know when our last day kind of is. And so I need to up the value of each item. And honestly, I'm going to go to a smaller quantity in my store, go down to one eBay store and have a higher dollar amount per item, which, I can do. I know that I can do that. I just might have to source a little bit harder, which is fine. I don't mind going out and sourcing and treasure hunting and stuff like that. So Let me check into the chat here now that I've been rambling. Welcome, Finley River Kennels. Margarita, thank you for coming by. Oh, I inspire you. You guys say such the sweetest things. Really. I mean, I'm probably pretty much once a day, I'm on the verge of happy tears because I'm so grateful for everybody who takes the time out to check out my channel and to hear about life. And um, I'm inspired by you all, for different reasons. And I do appreciate everybody. I talk about this a few times as I've always sort of felt my whole life that I was kind of the last kid, always picked in dodgeball. And that was true in school. Um, Part of it was because I literally just sucked at sports. I was not in realization. I didn't realize that my heart issues were that bad at that time. I was born with heart problems, so I just thought that it was just I was out of shape, or I wasn't really sure. And growing up, I had um, it's like I wasn't necessarily a complainer. I just didn't know really, and it wasn't until I was in my later teens or mid to late teens that it really started to affect me, and the rapid heartbeat kind of um, got out of control. And then it was really obvious. And that's when I found out that I had a hole that was 2.5 inches, people. 2.5 inches. Like, that is insane. I still, even to this day, and that first surgery was in 2005. I still to this day can't even believe. Like, there was a doctor who literally looked at me, a cardiologist, and was like, I don't know how you're alive. Like, it's impossible. Like, I don't get it. Like, and that just, it makes me think I'm here to do bigger things. I have on multiple occasions should not have been here. And so I'm grateful to share my journey with you all and hear all the kind words, and like I said, hopefully inspire somebody to get off your behind. Get your health in check, finances in check. Most of all, fill your own cup. And that's kind of a lot of where my motivational Monday, this Monday, is what I wanted to talk about, is filling your own cup and like taking a weekend away. And I know that that's not always possible to do that. I mean, I didn't have anybody else watch my son until, I don't know, it was years after he was born. Besides just, his dad or grandma and papa, and even then it wasn't like too often. Um, but I think it's good to take time away. I've gotten kind of out of the groove of what I was doing even before my last heart surgery. Working out and taking walks and running and doing all these things that I've been given a fifth chance to do. I've never been able to. Going up to the mountains today was the first time since my last heart surgery going up that high, up at 13,000 feet, and snowshoeing and doing it without struggling was crazy. Like, whew, I just caught myself getting a little emotional. It's it's hard to explain. Like, imagine going 34 years of your life not being able to necessarily enjoy a lot of things. I know I'm not the only one out there, but I've been given a chance ever since even my last heart surgery. They finally, it was positioned in the right spot, and my heart is finally doing what it sort of needs to do. Well, it's because it's on a machine, but I mean, that's all right with me. I'd rather have it on a machine than be doing what it was doing before. And I'm dependent upon my pacemaker. My pacemaker is what keeps me alive. But it was nice to go up to the mountains and go snowshoeing, over the weekend and not worry. Heck, even go to the hot tub. I hated hot tubs for the longest time. I know that sounds crazy, but it would make my heart race within seconds, and I would feel like I was going to pass out. So I just avoided it. I mean, to even take a bath for a long time. was not something I'd ever do. And I still have to be cautious. I'm not allowed to go, up this high in the water, water that hot and stay there for longer than just a couple minutes. So I sat sort of partially out of the hot tub, but it was just awesome to be able to do it and not to be worried that I was going to die sitting there. I've almost forgotten like that I'm able to do so much more in life, and I'm appreciative of it. So, wow, I'm really my chat be going. I'm all rambling. Let me see what's going on. Oh, Mary Beth, thank you. I feel refreshed today, Mary Beth. Mary Beth who deals, lives life with a pacemaker also. Um, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be, I complain about having a pacemaker sometimes, but I truly am grateful that even there's the technology, to give people pacemakers. My pacemaker sits up here. Um, it before was on the other side, and they had to move it because it was going into my shoulder. It was moving into my shoulder. It wasn't quite in enough muscle. And so it was moving over into my shoulder, and I was not able to use my arm very good. And it was also keeping me up at night by making my heart rate like do funny things. And so I was waking up multiple times an hour for quite a few years. So I'm really happy that that went away after they moved it and I can actually sleep. It's amazing how much better you feel about life when you're actually sleeping. The opinions about resellers is one step above dumpster divers. Can you imagine if we did both? Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's that's funny that you say that, Adam, because I literally, I say I'm a trash to treasure kind of hunter. And I don't like to use the word trash or junk, but I like to find things that people maybe don't love anymore and give the opportunity to somebody else to love it. Want to be with your family, trash pickers. Rosie's Closet says, I feel like Kim, I had to quit my job because they would not support the fact that I had to take time to care for my son with special needs. Yeah, and that's what's amazing, Crystal, about this opportunity that we have is that we're able to, stay at home or tend to the needs that are our priority. It's like everybody seems to, not everybody, but a lot of people seem to think that you are born, you grow up, go to school, go get your 9-to-5 job, work that till you're 70, and then retire. No, I don't think that's the way life should be. Like, I don't, who knows if I'll live to 70. I don't want to wait till then to enjoy life. I want to enjoy life now while I can move, my body well. And the reselling gives me the opportunity to do that. It takes a little time to kind of figure out what you're doing, but it's worth it. It totally is worth it. There's so much amazing information out there, so many awesome resellers and channels that people can get plenty of advice from. Me being one of them, I know there's quite a few people in here who also resell. And it's just, we all have our reasons as to why we do it, and all of them are good reasons for sure. Thrifty Esme says, getting lunch. Oh, here, let me do my official Esmeralda. Da, da, da. Esmeralda. If you guys have not checked out some of these other people, you should. Thrifty Esme, for example, fun person. I love to watch her. I think if we lived closer, we would have the greatest time. I might have to make a trip to Texas, y'all, apparently, because there's a lot of you that I would love to see that live down in that direction. And it's really not that far from me. Hi, D90. What's up, Urban? Thank you for coming by. Harry Tornado. I love that name. Oh, it cracks me up. What's your channel? I tried to 4138, but that was something else. What are you talking about, Craig? Are you being full? D! 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 Flipping particle. How are you, D? I love you, D. Are you okay, D? I almost like broke down thinking about you. I hope that you're all right. I'm sending you good vibes, D. There's my friend D right there in the chat. Kels, thank you for coming by. Aw, Rosie's closet. You're so sweet, Crystal. I'm glad you're here. You inspire me every day. I appreciate you. Elda Delva, throwing down some purple hearts. Welcome to my chat. Oh, yes, flipping sister. I see her. I was rambling and I didn't even realize Dee was in here. Much love to Dee. Quick healing, Dee. I'm glad to know that you're okay. What a trooper you are. Oh, hurting pretty bad is what she says. I bet, Dee. Apparently, I'm have some issue here. Time. Oh, see, Nightbot did show up. All right. I apologize if Nightbot gets a little crazy on some people. I just started that and I haven't quite set it all up. I mostly got Nightbot to help me kind of put out my other, to basically throw out the links I want and also to my social media. I have not set all that up yet. So my apologies if Nightbot gets a little crazy. Got a big one to ship. Just took $160 offer. That is awesome, Craig. You go, Craig. Urban Lad. Sorry. Oh, okay. I think Nightbot blocked a comment that wasn't bad. Yeah, Nightbot. So Nightbot doesn't like subwords, subscribe words, and also too many emojis. If somebody throws down too many, then he will time people out. And I have to, like I said, I have to get that adjusted. And I apologize if anybody's offended. It is not a real person. Nightbot is a program, a beta. No dumpster diving here. It's illegal, huh? See, I was wondering about that. And I always like to tell people that you need to definitely check your laws if you do dumpster diving. Even if it is legal, there are still steps you need to take to make sure that you don't get in trouble, like not trespassing. If there's a trespassing sign, a private property sign, do not cross it because there you go. That's illegal. And also gated dumpsters you need to avoid. And even if you are in an area and let's say somebody calls the cops and is like, oh, this person's pulling from my dumpster, if a cop tells you that you need to leave and not return, then you should do that. There's no point in getting in trouble over dumpster diving. You just have to know the rules. All right, Craig, thanks for coming by. Harry Tornado says, you don't have to make a lot of money to live richly. It's not about how much you make, it's how much you spend. Yeah, exactly. Are you guys going to be on Rally Roots? Yeah, I do check the Rally Roots. I love Callie. I am a huge fan. Well, of Ryan and Allie and Callie, but Callie, she's my favorite. And I always tell her, anytime I see her, I'm like, shh, you're my favorite. She, I think, would be such a hoot to hang out with. For real. I love all her expressions that she makes in all the videos. She just makes me laugh. I think it took out a viewer for emojis. Yeah, Nightbot is a little crazy sometimes, but I wanted to start testing it out and get Nightbot to throw out links for me so that the people in blue can just sort of relax. You know, you're blue because I love you. I had to de-wrench some people. And then I noticed that YouTube took some wrenches away. So I'm slowly handing some of them back. But as much as I love a lot of the YouTube family, there's also people who show their true colors sometimes. And unfortunately, without going into great detail, I am choosing to not support so much everybody. I want people to be happy and healthy and successful. But if you're rude to me too many times, burn too many bridges, I gotta let you go. That's all there is to it. And no, don't ever ask me who I'm speaking of. It's multiple people. That's none of your business. This is a no drama zone. No drama zone. Have you seen her channel? She made one just for her blogs and stuff. It's great. Are you talking about Callie? I have checked her out. One of the last videos I watched was an old one, and I actually watched the thing that she did of Ryan and Allie and their wedding, and I thought that was amazing. Your Instagram. I do have an Instagram, and it should be... I don't know if it's in this description, is it? Let's see. It is. It is in my description below. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I do also have Facebook. I don't necessarily accept every single friend request, and that's just part of, I don't know who I can't connect the two. So if you would like to be friends with me on Facebook and I don't accept that, shoot me a message, because your name is probably way different than your YouTube name, and I'm just not realizing who you are. Nicole says, you tell him. Yeah, girl. It's funny. Some people show their true colors in time of need, right? Or just in general. And I'm not. I am a nice person. I am. But people sometimes like to take advantage of that. And I won't be played for a fool, so. Oh, thank you, Crystal, for doing that. Yep, Callie's World. Yes, I love her. She's amazing. I want to be her friend. She probably thinks I'm a weirdo, for real. But I'll creep on her. I'm on Callie. Callie, if you ever watch this, I love you. Let me stalk you. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody tell her that. She's amazing. I think it would be so much fun to get her and then Katie from Katie and Vicky together and hang out. Like, they just fill my soul with how awesome they are and a little quirky. And I don't like to use the word necessarily a misfit, but that's what we kind of all are. A little bit of an oddball, and those are my kind of people. Priscilla, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Rebecca, I'm 1438 you. I appreciate you, Rebecca, so much. Rebecca, because everybody knows. Because the only reason I'm saying that is flipping particles. She's like, we know, Kim. Rebecca's your BFF. Yes, Rebecca is a good friend of mine, along with the Shamrock Pixie. We like to tell everybody we're a little bit of a triangle. We are super close. Mary Deathy Deal says, I only watch for Callie too. Shh. So I'd literally tell her that every single time. I've been watching them Rally Roots. Well, Rally Roots and Wade's Ventures, and then Chris Daily Refinement. He used to be 10K on the Bay. I have been watching them for quite some time. for, I mean, it's been over a year. I'm pretty sure. I was sort of lurking for a long time. I also had my YouTube channel used to be called Life of Kimberly, but I was watching them on my TV and I wasn't doing it by HDMI cable. I was just watching it through the smart TV. So it wasn't ever showing the chat. Lindy Glean is another one that I've watched for quite some time. And then Thrifty Dad, I watched for a long time. He did a little disappearing on us for a couple months. And so he erased all his content. And if you're watching, David, don't ever do that. Just take a break. Don't erase it all. Everybody can't see all the love that he is a funny, funny dude. Thrifty Dad, he's my reseller YouTube idol / hero. And I love him and his family. I think that they are amazing. And I'm so glad that he has decided to come back after his move. And I get it. You know, you do what you got to do. That's perfectly fine. You know, to each their own. I'm just glad that he's back. And that he goes live Saturday nights usually. So if you have not checked him out, he is awesome. Very smart man. Tells it how it is. He has a saying, you know, when you're out thrifting or sourcing, that if it doesn't give you a HE double hockey sticks, a heck yeah, then it's a heck no. And that's true. You know, I don't like to sit there and ponder sometimes about things. I just want to know for sure. And I've been doing this long enough, you know, even just bargain hunting. I've been bargain hunting through thrift stores since I was little. And so I have a pretty good idea of what is common or what is not. And I know kind of what I'm beelining it to. But if it takes me too long to research in the store, then I usually say no. I've done this enough to kind of know whether it's worth it to take it, you know, the time, even if I can't find it right away. But doing research and making sure that you're looking up solds, not just looking up if something, you know, is brought up on eBay. That's a big mistake that I think a lot of people make, is they get really excited. They just see, you know, start seeing the dollar sign that somebody may have something listed for. And just because they have something listed for $1,000 doesn't mean it's ever going to sell at $1,000. You should, if you're new, you absolutely positively need to do the research behind what you're trying to sell and go off of the solds. You know, you want to get your feedback up. You want to get those sales to go through. You want to make it, you know, to the higher levels and top rated seller and all that. And it's important that you are selling things that are actually gonna sell. Oh, thank you, Adam, for dropping his link. Like I said, David, Thrifty Dad is an amazing guy, and he has, I think it's his third live maybe now. This recent Saturday, when he had Valerie, Hickory Springs, and Beth, 10 of Hearts, on there, I was dying of laughter. I just thought that was too funny. And there's not a whole lot of people that I would make sure to take time on my little mini vacation to watch. And I absolutely was like, I'm planning this. I am watching this. And so I did. I took the time out from because I love Hickory Springs and even Beth 10 of Hearts. So to put all of them in one live, I was all over it. So make sure to go check that out. Feel free to tell him that I sent you there if you haven't. He's a good guy. We'll show this. That's fine. Wow, I've been rambling so long. Usually on my Monday motivations, I'm like, let's get all the I will bring up the fact of one of my favorite things to do to help you all get motivated during the week is to use the 5-second rule. For those of you that do not know what the 5-second rule is, it is a theory or a rule that a motivational speaker, her name is Mel Robbins. I absolutely love her. She came up with, And it has done wonders for me and also a lot of people. And no, it's not 5 seconds rule, as in you drop something on the floor and you have 5 seconds to pick it up. I mean, y'all can apply that rule to food. That's fine. That's none of my business. The 5 second rule, though, that I'm talking about is um, more on a motivation type of aspect. For example, an example I like to use is like taking the trash out. You don't always want to take the trash out. You don't always find the motivation. I mean, there are so many things that you're going to do in life that you're never going to find motivation. So for you to sit there and say, "Oh, I'll wait and put this off, keep putting it off until I find, the motivation to do it," you're crazy, because you're just not going to find the motivation to do it. So you need to apply that rule that when your head starts going, "Oh gosh, I don't want to do this." You need to count backwards from five, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you need to get up off your butt and move your ass and do it. Um, it's like hitting the snooze button in the morning. Instead of hitting it 50 times, just tell yourself that you're going to shoot up like a rocket the first alarm that goes off, and do it. Don't wait long enough for your brain to convince you otherwise. You're literally your own worst enemy. It's up here that is stopping you from doing things. It's not necessarily all the rest of the world. It's up here. You are convincing yourself by waiting too long to not do things. You come up with excuses. You start thinking, "Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't need to do this," or whatever it is. When you know that you need to. So you need to just get up off your butt and do it. And you're going to feel so much better getting things done. I'm not saying that you have to go and run around like a lunatic, rushing all day. I have um, had issues with anxiety and depression for like all my life. And I've done a lot of therapy, gone to therapy and group classes and stuff like that. And um, one of the things that really sticks with me is somebody who told me, even on the days that you feel like doing absolutely nothing, get up and take a shower. Like, because that usually gets the ball rolling to start doing things. And be okay if you only accomplish one thing a day. Then maybe the next day you get up and you're like, "I'm going to do 2 things." And just do it. Don't wait for your brain to tell you, "Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, my legs hurt. Oh, I don't want to list today. Oh, I hate pictures. Oh, I feel fat and I'm just going to say F it and not eat well today." Or, "Oh, it's too cold. I don't want to go running." Like, your brain is the one that's stopping you. You are making up those excuses. So just use the 5 second rule, and do not give your brain a chance to convince you otherwise. Get up and do it. Another thing that I think is really important and works really well, and this may not be for everybody, and that's fine. We're all different. We all kind of live different lives, and the times we get up, or, I have kids, or some people don't, and all this, is to get your priorities done first. You can accomplish a lot in just the first few hours of waking up, rather than trying to wait towards the end of the day when things will come up, or you feel more tired, or let's say you start to have a headache and all that. Get up and do the things that are most important right away. Oh, Nightbot, do not time her out. I'm going to change you to a mod here, Chrissy. There we go. Nightbot shouldn't time you out now. I'm sorry, Chrissy. Nightbot is a little crazy sometimes. You should have been blue already, anyways. Yeah, back off, Nightbot. I have to teach Nightbot, a few rules, but I haven't set up all of those things. So I hope that doesn't scare anybody away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Nightbot. Breathe. He shouldn't affect you now, Chrissy, because you are blue, darling. So you are free to chat away. Yeah, so every single week, there's Move Your As Mondays, where I hopefully motivate you to better your life in some sort of way. I know a couple weeks ago I talked about kind of getting rid of negative people, or toxic people, and it just depends on the topic of what I feel inspired to sort of chat about. If you guys ever have any topics you would like for me to talk about or something that you're struggling with, feel free to message me or to put it in the comments or even in the chat. I I'm a pretty well-rounded person and I've dealt with a lot in life. And so I, like to do my best to share what I know and hopefully help others in the process. Okay. Yay. Okay, you're blue. Yay, Chrissy. Chrissy, pushy Chrissy. I know she's chuckling right now at that. I know you are. Hello, Rocky Brook. All right, so I'm almost at an hour here, and I'm going to start wrapping this up. Thank you for everybody for being here. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and you have hit that like button every single Monday. It's Motivational Monday. Move your as. We don't like potty mouths around here, so that's why we say as Mondays. That's at noon Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Central Time. And every Sunday, we now have a show with 4 people, well, myself plus 3 others. It's called The Sunday Show. This coming week, it's going to be on Tommy's channel. That would be The Bargain Effect. I adore that man so much. Like, he is legit like family to me. And I'm really excited because he has a special guest from Data Mine coming. And I'm pretty excited to learn more about that and how that works. Tommy rants and raves about it, and he's very smart. Like, if I have issues, I go to him a lot of times. I'm like, help me, Tommy, help me. And he does. I absolutely adore him. So that's going to be this Sunday. That will be at 5 Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern Time. And that involves Tommy the Bargain Effect, Destiny the Shamrock Pixie, and Pat D's 72. Those are the people that are on the panel. And there's a different topic every week that we sort of pick. And it's in regards to eBay or reselling life, Amazon, being a parent, or just life in general. I'm really excited for the show. I'm also excited for future guests that we have. Easter Sunday, I will be hosting the Sunday Show on my channel, and we're going to talk about a few of our favorites, meaning those that we enjoy watching or people that sort of inspire us. And also there's going to be a mystery egg giveaway. So make sure to tune in because you cannot win if you are not there. There's going to be some moolah, some gift cards, and we'll see what else that's going to be given away. So that's really awesome. I'm pretty stoked about that. And then throughout the week, you just never know where I'm going to sort of be. I would like to set up also another working live. I know Derek and I need to arrange a plan for that. So I appreciate everybody. And just make sure that you have hit that subscribe button and have that little bell ding-a-linged so that you can get notifications of when we go live. I did not do my usual, the crazies come out on at night on Friday, so maybe I'll do that this week or this Friday. We'll just see. Maybe I'll do it another night. I don't know. You all better just be subscribed so you don't miss out on whatever shenanigans I'm getting up to. I also will be putting out a few pre-recorded videos, especially of my adventure in the mountains. Woo woo! Being a snow buddy. Through the snow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, y'all. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me start saying goodbye to those that are watching in the chat. Also, thank you for everybody who's lurking and those of you that are going to watch the replay. Hi, Real Good Kid. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate every single one of you. Adam, as always, Adam has a show on Wednesdays, right? Adam, feel free to plug that. I give you permission anytime. Adam does a show on Wednesdays. NASCAR man says, I'm a nut. You like my craziness, Derek. Don't lie. You like it. You love it. You want some more of it. Chrissy, I appreciate you flipping sister. You and your sister are amazing. Please make sure that you're subscribed to those ladies, Flipping Sister and D Flipping Particles, who is live usually Monday through Friday. It's 11 Central on the Flipping Particles channel. She goes live for about an hour as sort of an accountability stream. I'm not sure on what schedule her week is this week because obviously she got into a little bit of a wreck today. Make sure that you're sending her good vibes. Dee is such an amazing, amazing person, and I appreciate her so much. So please send her good vibes to heal fast. All right, NASCAR man 3345 Derek, even though you think I'm crazy, I still love you, dude. Dab Kitty Sparkle, Nicole, such an amazing supporter. I appreciate you so much. You make my day anytime that you show up in my chat, and also where I see you a lot in other chats. Thank you, Rocky, for coming by. Adam, I already said bye-bye to you, sir. Rosie's Closet, that would be Crystal. Please make sure that if you are not subscribed to her, that you do. A lot of great content. She also does other things like cooking, and she's the more organized one out of our little reseller group. Mary Deathy Deals, my pacemaker buddy, my robot friend. I appreciate you, Mary Beth, so much. You mean a lot to me. Mark, thank you for coming by. Harry Tornado, I love to see you around. Your name makes me laugh every time I see it. You'll have to maybe elaborate one time on how you came up with that name because it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. And to anybody else that has graced my chat with their presence, I appreciate all of you, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful week. Remember, when you don't find the motivation, you're not gonna find it. So you need to do what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move yo as. Toodles. Till next time. Bye. So long. Farewell, all my beautiful friends. I'll see you all soon once again.